situation is unfolding as far as in Bengal is concerned. But the mandate here is clear. It is the BJP government, and of course, when it comes to the formation of the government just ahead of the swearing-in ceremony, Union Home Minister Amit Shah has now arrived in Kolkata. The suspense is likely to be over as far as key meetings are concerned. That is going to be chaired under his leadership. Political observers now in West Bengal, and of course when it comes to the first ever double engine ki sarkar in West Bengal of the BJP that is going to be formed. Union Home Minister has just arrived in Kolkata for this crucial day of political consultations before the BJP Legislative Party meeting later this evening, where the Legislative Party leader will also be effectively announced, and thereafter we'll get a little bit of clarity as to who would be the next Mukhyamantri of Paschim Bengal. Tracking all of the developments is my colleague Pranesh Kumar Roy. He's joining us live as well. Well, Pranesh, good morning. Amit Shah has landed in Kolkata.
Good morning, Amita. Sorry, the last time there was, some audio issue, but we fixed that. We are at the Brigade Ground, the iconic ground from where Prime Minister gave the call of Poriborton. Now, as you can see in the frame, preparations are on. They are a bit delayed because of the rain last evening. So there's too much that needs to be done, and they have very little time. I was talking to some security officials here. The SPG team is here already because the Prime Minister will be here. Like you said, Amit Shah has landed in Kolkata already. He will be headed to the Dakshineshwar Kali temple. And let me tell you about the Dakshineshwar Kali temple. That imagery symbolism has served as the backdrop on many high-profile events of the BJP. You've seen that imagery when the Prime Minister was speaking from the Brigade Grounds in Kolkata. And it is central in many ways to the BJP's election strategy in 2026. Whether you, recall speeches by Suvendu Adhikari or any high-profile BJP leader, Dakshineshwar Kali temple, the mention, the imagery, etc., was part of the larger narrative to send a message, in the words of the BJP, to its Hindu voters, the core vote bank that the BJP was targeting. Now, I've been speaking to people after landing in Kolkata since last evening, and they've told me that the central theme on the stage tomorrow will be Dakshineshwar Kali temple, and also icons of Bengal. So you will have Rabindranath Tagore, Shyama Prasad Mukherjee, other prominent people that the BJP wants to figure. And Amita, the question that everybody is asking is actually settled. Suvendu Adhikari is the de facto leader of the BJP, and it is only a formality. I am sticking my neck out that this evening when the MLAs gather, his name will be announced as the leader of BJP's legislative party. And then the swearing-in happens tomorrow.
Absolutely, because he is also a giant slayer in this case, but there have been cases of post-poll violence and quite brutal in a way that it has now been reported from West Bengal, but staying exactly who could be the next phase, because BJP here, Shivam, is also known for springing surprises. So Suvendu Adhikari, yes, the front runner, and of course why tomorrow could also hold a lot of importance because it is also Gurudev's birth anniversary, and this is something that would be marked in an extra special way if the swearing-in ceremony happens tomorrow. And of course this day we will be knowing who would be the next BJP Chief Minister of Bengal.
Well, exactly, Amita, as Pranesh was rightly mentioning, the central theme would be around the idols, the iconic people from Bengal. Pochishe Boishakh is the day to tomorrow. This is the Rabindranath Tagore Jayanti also. This is, in common language it is called, in native language called Pochishe Boishakh, and it holds a value for all the Bengali people here because Rabindranath Tagore being the Nobel laureate and being somebody who just, who is the flag bearer of the Bengali identity, the kind of messages, that has gone from this particular state. BJP, from the very start, as Pranesh was rightly mentioning, was focusing very much on the identity part, on the Bengali Hindu identity part, be it through SIR, be it through Yogi Adityanath. The way he came, he said that Bengal is known by the state of Kali and not by the state of Kaaba. So we have seen how things have been throughout this this entire campaign, even before through SIR and during the election campaign and during the post-poll situation as well. So while there is a meeting going on, Amit Shah is also headed towards the Kalighat temple, what we have been given to understand. For now, he will be meeting some people at a hotel, and then finally he will be going to the Vishwa Bangla Convention Center, where the final, negotiation, by the final discussions, final feedback will be taken And Amit Shah is somebody who always focuses on the cadre, on the groundwork, on the organizational value. And for them, the leaders are not somebody who just sit on the top. For them, leaders are who can, find a segue if things are not in place. One just don't focus on the government.
But observers there in Bengal, Amit Shah landing there, of course, lots lined up before we actually get a sense exactly where it is headed. And it might become clearer by the end of the day that who would be the next BJP Mukhyamantri. In the meantime, let's get a roundup of what we are expecting that Amit Shah would be indulging in the big scoop that we are picking up today, because as I said, there's going to be a BJP Legislative Party meeting today. We're looking at a big huddle that is going to be chaired under the leadership of the Union Home Minister. The strategy meeting is concerned, and it has now been said that the BJP High Command will then finalize the CM, and Amit Shah is expected to meet the newly elected BJP MLAs as well. And the cabinet composition and, of course, when it comes to the distribution of the portfolios may happen next. But as far as the face is concerned and the front runner is concerned, Shubhendu Adhikari continues to lead in the CM phase. Now, according what we are picking up through sources, that if there is a chief minister, in all likelihood, then there would be 2 deputy chief ministers. This is a big breaking update that now we are picking up, this big scoop coming in from the Bengal government formation. So if there is a chief minister, West Bengal BJP government may have 2 other deputy chief ministers. Now this is a formula which has been applied to other states as well, where BJP is in power, Pranesh, but that seems to be the big breaking update that we are getting so far, according to sources, that Bengal may have 2 deputy chief ministers. Pranesh?
I don't know if you can hear me clearly or not, but I got a sense of your question. I'm actually battling some, security issues here. And I don't fault the security officials, because obviously the Prime Minister will be here among, other dignitaries. So we're following all the protocols. But to answer your question about the 2 chief ministers, look, the BJP has taken Bengal very seriously. This is a line that has been underlined more than once by leaders across states who went to campaign for the BJP in West Bengal. The very fact that the BJP has appointed Amit Shah as the observer tells you how important this is for the BJP. As far as the CM speech is concerned, I said that is a settled issue. Shubhendu Adhikari it will be. I am hearing that there might be 2 chief ministers. I don't want to hazard a guess on the 2 names, but there are people who believe that one deputy chief minister will be a woman face. So we'll have to wait and see whether it is Agnimitra Paul or someone else. I don't know. But what I can tell you is that later this evening, when the MLAs sit in a room and Amit Shah is there with all the others, the main issue is not just the chief minister, it is also what happens after the swearing in. A cabinet has to be formed, and I'm being told by some sources here that by 15th of May is when the cabinet will take shape, and the BJP has to hit the ground running because of the kind of promises they've made. On the back of those promises, they have this massive mandate.
Absolutely. Double engine ki sarkar, and all of the government welfare schemes and benefits till the time that they weren't able to reach out to the people of Bengal because of the TMC government now will be applicable, such as Ayushman Bharat, that would be reaching out to the people of West Bengal. Pranesh, we'll reconnect. Shivam, thank you very much for the moment, heading into a very short break.